know.
You keep haunting me. Oh, too funny. Well, welcome back, Catherine. I'm excited to have you back.
I'm only covering your area until a replacement can be found for Che.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
We'll use you and abuse you while you're here.
No.
You know better.
Yeah, and then I'm backfilling for Liz until the end of July.
This July?
Yeah.
Is she coming back?
I don't know.
No, don't know.
No one
Eh?
knows. No.
How many kids do you have now, Catherine? Still just one?
Yep.
Yeah. Good for you. Hi, Al. Hi, Ron.
Good morning or good afternoon, whichever.
Hi, Joe. Thanks for joining us.
Vicki, thanks for having me.
Candace, are you there?
I am.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Decline. So, this could be a problem. Who else? Anyone else there?
No one's here yet, but Connor and Alana both accepted, and Christine. So we should have a couple more coming in soon.
Hi, Shay. Hi, Shay. Just testing.
Connor's here now, so that puts us at 5.
That puts us at 4.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon. Oh, yeah. Wait. 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Do you want to put the agenda up?
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah. So first off, I'd like to welcome Catherine Dashney to our meeting. She is the acting Shay Curtis September. For those that didn't know, Shay has gone over to the feds, which could be a good thing for Sioux Lookout, FedNor office or representative in Sioux Lookout specific. Catherine has a long history in economic development, which started as an intern with me years ago.
Yep.
And she has actually was a relief or temp for MNDM for a few years, eh, Catherine? When I first
18
came back,
months.
back to Sioux. And then now she's back in Dryden. She's back filling for Shay right now. So welcome, Catherine.
Thank you, Vicki.
Okay, so I'll call the meeting now. 12:03, Lauren. Can I have a motion to open?
So move.
Ron?
Yep.
I can't see everybody's hands, so speak up. Okay, Al.
I'll second that for you, Vicki.
Okay, thanks, Al. And then amend and adopt agenda. I'd like to add the RDC, the Skills Development Fund, Anybody else have anything? Okay. Conflict of interest? Not hearing any. Okay, minutes review. Any and adoption of the minutes? Can I have has anybody got any amendments? Can I have someone motion to adopt?
I move to adopt.
Thanks, Ron.
Second.
Thanks, Connor. And we do not have a delegation today. Any business arising from the minutes? Does anybody want to add anything? Okay, thank you. So that moves us right into new business. And we'll start with immigration. So we've been working diligently around the immigration portfolio to try and fill the 240 vacant professional jobs that have been long outstanding. And there's been new legislation passed for residency, which is really exciting for some of our immigrants living and operating businesses in Sioux and wanting to live and continue to participate in developing the community. The local immigration partnership in Thunder Bay was specifically for Thunder Bay. The province did not roll out the regional component of that, and they shortened their period of time from 5 to 3 years. However, due to some of our lobbying and initiatives, we have been chosen to be the first community that they film for immigration. And the company that they have chosen to focus on is Fresh Market Foods, who, by the way, for the first time in many, many years, has a full complement of employees. And they believe that that's through their efforts of navigating and using immigration. And they've done a lot of unique projects to be able to participate with the immigration program. And that includes even having buying and operating their own apartment buildings so that their employees have a place to live when they first come to Sioux. So we're excited about that. We've been working with them, so they'll be the first highlighted. But as a result of that project and the project we had with Lakehead University, Northwest News Ledger has asked if they could do a story on Sioux, and they will be in Sioux in June to film the community once it's greener and to talk about all the opportunities in the hub of the north and Sioux. And then they will continue on and focusing on Fresh Market. So it's a partnership between the local immigration partnership of Thunder Bay. So we're really excited about that. Any questions on that? Okay, so moving on, commercial industrial development. So Hillcrest and Shay's on the phone. So Catherine, I might defer to Shay a little bit on this one, but you know, pop in if you want. But Hillcrest project next to Sunset Inn Suites has gone into a phase 2 and waiting approval for funding. It looks very promising. And in fact, and I mean, I don't know, Shay, if you want to have any feedback, but part of the discussions that Shay and I had is because it's a 3-party partnership between the funders the private sector and the municipality, we had some discussions about starting the project this year so it would get underway, because there's a good portion of it is funded by the municipality, and therefore we would not be penalized for starting the project. However, it's not a common practice that we would do that without having the funders on board. The concern is, though, because of COVID and how competitive it's going to become to get contractors into your community after COVID opens up, because everybody is going to be inundated with the opportunity for funding and projects to stimulate the economy. So do you want to sort of touch on that a bit, Shay, that how, if we wanted to entertain that?
Sure. As you said, Vicky, if the municipality and or the private contractor is going ahead and starting work, it is at the risk of the municipality because the funding is not approved. That being said, things look very positive. Assuming it is approved, you can go back to the phase. You can go back date to, I believe, federal based on the phase 2 status. So it could be eligible. So that's why Vicky had that conversation, wanting to make sure we're not holding up development. It sounded like some of the anchor tenants of the facilities wanted to get in as soon as possible. You know, we don't want to stop development from happening. So that was why we had that discussion. But again, that's of course up to the municipality and the private sector to decide whether or not they want to have that risk. I also mentioned maybe the work that is done it at least increases the value of the property. But right, again, it isn't my risk, so it's not. I'm not gonna say that you should do something, but you certainly can.
So Michelle, that being said, with the private sector and the municipal contributions, we have over half of the total cost of the start of the development, and it is a phased over approach. And I think that maybe this is something that you want to review or bring to council to discuss. We don't want to lose those private sector investments, and so maybe by the time we got it to council, we'd have good news. Who knows? But in the same time, there is an opportunity to at least break into the property.
Vicky, it's Ron. Question: What is the municipality's liability here on this?
Well, there's no, okay, the liability is this. If we got the private sector and the municipality started, there's no liability that the funding would be at risk because we've met all our milestone dates. The risk is they decide not to fund it at all, and we just end up with half a project done. But at least if we had half the project maybe done, the private sector investors would be prepared to develop their own sites. We don't know that. I can't get that. We have an agreement that it's an MOU with the investors and developers, that it is a partnership approach. But the risk I'm concerned about is we need space for 157 workers for Sioux First Nation Health Authority. And if we don't put them somewhere quickly, they have to look for different opportunities once COVID opens up after COVID. So that one is very, very much important to us. And but that, that's still a risk that the municipality has to be prepared to look at. And it's good to note that we have no commercial property, let's say called Sioux proper, right in the downtown. But we do have commercial property at the airport, but it's a different situation out there when you start talking about some of the leasing arrangements and not ownership type of thing. Okay, so I just, Shay had contacted me on that on our last meeting, Michelle. And I just think it's something that maybe you want to discuss.
Not at this meeting, but offline and with council, because I know traditionally the funding, if it looks good, the funding usually comes through, but there's always that risk, and that's not a decision that I can make solely on my own. So we'll have those discussions offline.
Thank you very much. So that's where we are on that. And Bigwood is still moving forward. There was a problem, a glitch with FedNor. They were meeting yesterday on that project. And hopefully we have found precedents in other projects that they would continue to extend. They're extending services to the property, but not onto the property. And that's the dilemma they're looking at. But between Brent and I, we did find some precedents to show different in other projects. So we've sort of worded it that we're trying to get to all we're trying to do is run the services to the center of the property and versus the edge of the property. So Shay, I don't know, were you privy to those meetings yesterday? Was there any update, or should we wait for Catherine's decision? And not Catherine Dashney, but Turner.
No, I wasn't part of the discussion yesterday.
Okay.
I was in a different meeting, but as I said, Brent and Catherine did have that discussion, and I'm sure Brent will be getting back to you shortly.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so Lauren, I'm just going to switch things up and just add those other two items, and then I'd like you to pull up the lookout and walk everybody through the launch today of that project, okay? Because that's your baby, okay? So I'm just going to hop in and just ask Al, Howie, do you have an update on the RDC?
Sure. Do you want me to do that now or afterwards?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask at the end. The Regional Distribution Center's ownership continues to move forward with the project. There's some great light at the end of the tunnel. We've had some discussions with anchor tenants. We do not have the letter in hand yet from the federal government. It seems to be public information that the federal government was a key group in this from the very beginning. Great discussions the other day with Procurement Canada and some of their management team that are heading up the project. It sounds like they will commit to it. They just need to decide whether it needs to go to a step called the Treasury Board for final sign-offs, or they can do it within their own department. So we expect letter in hand in the near future. With that, the groups decided to move forward with a request for expressions of interest for the design build of the facility. That's moved ahead with a number of contractors. 7 to 8 contractors have already been contacted directly. We did reach out locally to a group, and they're got back to us that they're not interested. The project is a large size, obviously, so it doesn't fit very well into most companies that operate in Sioux Lookout, but there's a number of them that out there that have relationships in Sioux Lookout to move forward. Some very good discussions with 4 groups so far in great details, and I'll thank Ben at the airport for providing a little extra information on water line locations and septic and et cetera from there. So May 19th, 4 o'clock is the date that's been set for receipt of the initial expressions of interest with pricing, Class C price estimates. And from there, the ownership group will redefine exact details with the groups that have submitted pricing and move forward from there. We're doing it in-house right now. So if you have any questions, phone me directly. We have not hired a consulting firm or engineering firm to take care of this aspect. Once we work back with the ownership group and determine who their key group is, again, trying to be fully transparent. through this with government funding coming in. That's very important that we work through a visible process to define what the group will be that moves forward with the construction of the building. So we're hoping for some answers from the federal government and the provincial government here in the near future. We will have pricing in hand by May 19th. There is some delays with COVID now from steel and structural components, usually on a 14-week ordering process, now into a 30-week process. Groups, so that we're talking to actively have expressed their ability to do the civil or groundwork up front and then come back with prefab buildings to erect after that. So great discussions with them. Thanks, Vicki, again for your continued involvement, and Shay will soon add in, I'm sure, a very positive note from the federal government, being an active person so far in the process. Very, very promising moving forward. So any other questions, I can answer them now, or people can email me directly on it.
Thanks, Al. That's very promising. That takes me into the next item, that Skills Development Fund. The Sioux Friendship Accord communities have incorporated an economic development corporation. Mayor Lawrence has been appointed as an advisor because we are signatory to the Friendship Accord, but we aren't part of the corporation, only he sits as an advisor. We are excited to tell you that they've hired an executive director. He should be fully on board in the next couple of weeks. The first project that they have secured, and so everything's in place, is they have partnered with Northern College and okay, Michelle's gonna fix me here because Haileybury School of Mining. Good. We are going to be the Northwest mining hub for mining moving forward. We're really extremely excited. They will be bringing on a local coordinator plus a chief financial officer. So there's 2 immediate jobs and then several trainers and training. The Sioux Friendship Accord will also be able to buy capital. They'll have a drill that they will use for training, but also when not training, they will be drilling and raising revenues. In addition, 2 mobile training trailers that can be taken on reserve or throughout the community. We've been used to colleges coming out once with a big trailer saying the mining and training center, and then they leave. They don't normally come back after they've been here. Well, these resources are going to be owned and operated by the Friendship Accord in Sioux and for the region, the total region. 10 companies have signed on. We have the Red Lake Camp companies. We have Musselwhite. We have New Gold. We have First Mining, Treasury Metals, Autotech out of Pickle Lake. And so we're excited. Newmont president was talking to Chief Wesley today, and they will be coming on board as well. This is huge. We will be putting billboard signs up on the highways, telling the world that we are the school in partnership with the mining school through Northern College. Treasury Metals is going to be our first launch organization. Every company will be putting large stickers on their signs on the highways and in their communities that they are partners to the Sioux Friendship Accord and the Sioux School of Mining. So, you know, as Mayor Lawrence has indicated to me, this is what we are. We're the hub. We're the health, the education, the training, all of those opportunities fit well in our community. And so we're really excited about this. And Treasury Metals yesterday were thrilled of this opportunity to be our launch company, but their proximity and their growth right now and their timelines fit nicely with us. So our first year of operation, it's a 1-year first year operation, and then we continue to apply until we establish a facility. So Al, I've been asked to hook you up with the new executive director because they're probably going to need a home.
Yeah,
And
Vicki, that's just interrupt. That's one item I didn't mention. The Regional Distribution Center, if everyone pictures as a large warehouse building, there's been great discussions with Vicki, and glad you announced this now. You'd mentioned a little bit to me earlier. It does have office space on the side. One of the needs in our community is office space, transient and permanent. It fits well at the airport for groups flying in, flying out. Office space, short-term, weekly, monthly, or programs such as this, potentially long-term, with the ability to store equipment and warehouse other items in stock. So the Regional Distribution Center is fully online to support this program, provide space in there and an adequate area to store their needs. So thank you.
yeah, and in addition to that, it's a small world. One of the partners in the investors in the Friendship Corporation actually is a partner in the ownership, the real ownership of the camp, 250-man camp at the airport. They are in the process of trying to acquire the camp, the Friendship Accord. This too will lend to the distribution piece, to student housing temporarily, and for Treasury Metals needing 500 people to build their mine, and then 400 long-term sustainable jobs. Housing is an issue, not just in Sioux, but all in the whole region. So we're trying to just build a bit of capacity for the next couple of years. Where, if it stays where it is or it gets relocated, is still very fresh, but they are making it known to some agencies that they're in the process of acquiring that camp. So that was really exciting. Came out of the blue there. Any questions on the skill? I can tell you, 146 seats are available for the training in the first year. 15% of the seats have to be First Nation. And we also it's all disciplines. So Domtar has signed on as well. So it's heavy equipment, it's drilling, it's and they also are putting camp management program in, culinary, housekeeping as well. So it's a real wraparound program. So we're hoping that we will meet these numbers right away. I indicated at our last meeting when I did 2 of these projects when I was over on the east side of Thunder Bay through the Skills Development Fund, and the companies were reluctant in signing letters saying they would hire. I can tell you all 10 of these companies sent 2 letters, 1 that they would invest and 2 that they would hire. So I think that speaks volumes for the how busy mining's getting and how competitive it is, and now with COVID needing a local labor market. So we're excited about the project. Any questions? Okay, so Lauren, I'm going to give you the floor, and you can share with the team the lookout.
Okay, I'll just get it pulled up here so you guys can see it. Okay, can you see that?
Yep, I can. Can everyone else?
Okay, so this is the Lookout website that we've been talking to you guys about the last couple months. Today is the official launch date, so it is live now, and businesses can start signing up and people can start visiting the site now. So it's separated into 3 different categories. So we have the shop, experience, and grow sections. And the main section, I guess we'll go through first, is the grow section. So this part really is a section for small business owners, home-based businesses, to come and discover all the resources that are available to them in the region, to grow or start a new business idea, with a focus on getting a bigger online presence. So lots of these programs help you build your own website or help you develop a social media strategy, things like that. And then, so when a business registers, they either appear on the shop or the experience page. So if they're a retail store, they'll be on the shop page. We have a couple people signed up already. So for some businesses, for example, Rockfront Family Farms, they don't have their own website. So this is the starting point for them to have a digital storefront and step into the future of where we're going with COVID and everything really being online. So this is kind of an example of one of the businesses on here already. You can contact the businesses from this page. You can also link into their social media accounts and phone numbers. And then for businesses that offer services or people like our tourist outfitters who have different experiences for people visiting Sioux to do, they're under the experience tab. So you can see there's a couple people on here as well. And again, someone like Laxville Floating Lodges, they do have a website. So Andrea has linked in their website here, but they can still access the Grow tab and find funding or different organizations that can help them either improve their website or just help them adapt to the new world with COVID. So I think that's the gist of it. I don't know, Vicki, if I might have missed some things.
Oh no, that's excellent. What we did have is a lot of when COVID came upon us, we had a lot of the businesses contacting us, especially the lodges and resorts, looking for help. And at the beginning it was really tough because no one really knew how to navigate it. So Lauren and I decided to build a strong a distribution list, and we were very quick to always send out information and resources for people on funding. We assisted people on how to fill out applications. We reached out to Shay and Brent and our other partners like Pace and that, and we worked collectively. The first year of COVID, we met every month or every couple of weeks discussing how we could help and move forward. Then the Northwest Innovation Center out of Thunder Bay was sort of hearing and watching what we were doing, and they had some funding to support us in developing a digital marketplace, a virtual doorway. It's been many, many years since businesses were ever able to access funding for website development and marketing. So this was this is new, and we still have more money. In fact, they were so impressed with the project and the work that Lauren and her team did that they have offered Lauren more money. And so she's working out ways that she can help other small businesses have a presence. Facebook is very difficult to navigate, and it's good if you're just trying to do a little here or there. But if you really need to, because of your shrinking space and inability to bring too many people into your business, that a digital platform is important too. So this is just the doorway, the vessel for them to, one, have a one-stop shop. So for example, we're working with the youth professional network, young professional network. They have become on board right away, and we're helping them establish through this process. They will work with us to help manage and market the Lookout. Tomorrow night we will be meeting with them and presenting the site as well. T-shirts have been designed for them to sell online so that your staff can wear the lookout and direct people, or home businesses can. And all the revenue from that, or the proceeds of that, go back to the youth professional network. And their goal is to work with us on attracting young professionals to the community. And so in June, when we're filming, there will be one group that will be focusing on testimonial young professionals working and why they stay in Sioux Lookout and love to stay in Sioux Lookout. So it's tangible, it's real. So they're becoming a real important component of our investment attraction. And we're going to monitor them through that process. I have to say Brian McKinnon has been very instrumental in working with us to see this to fruition, and they're all excited about tomorrow night, because they can finally have a place to go. There is a blog. It will, I believe, you have started that. Yeah.
Yes, we started it. There'll be more posts though coming.
Yeah, so we're going to focus on blogs and Twitter. That seems to be the way the funders go as well, and communicating. Like we say, we don't want to be a Facebook. We're just a virtual doorway to digital stores, and sharing how you can grow your business and experience Sioux Lookout. We also have little window stickers that you can put on your business when you register, so you can have it on your window. So when people are visiting your store or your place of business, they can see siouxlookout.ca, and if they want to go and experience or go horseback riding, whatever that is on the site. So good work, Lauren, and to the team that worked with you. It was fresh. It was done by young minds, and that's refreshing, very refreshing. Good work. Any questions on that? Do you want to bring the agenda back up then?
Yeah.
So Christine's not here, so we don't have an update on the Chamber of Commerce. And there is no correspondence at this time. So anybody have any other items they'd like to discuss while we're together? The next regular meeting is May 26th. Oh, May 26th.
Oops. I'll fix that.
Good, so good. So I guess we will ask to adjourn the meeting. Can I have a motion to adjourn? And that was a quick meeting, 12:37.
I'll motion to adjourn.
Thanks, Connor and Don. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day, I understand. And, oh, hi, Alana. I didn't see you there. Sorry. Is Christine there?
No, Alana just popped in a little while ago.
Oh, hi, Alana. Catherine, if you have any questions or need any information, feel free to get a hold of Lauren or myself. If you don't have our contact info, Shay certainly does. So
I do. I have it.
Well, welcome again on board.
Thanks.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.